Hello everyone, and welcome to A&B channel. In this episode, we dive into episode 6 of Solo Leveling. After leaving 2 members behind as bait for the boss, the traitors exited the dungeon. Their leader had planned to let the spider consume Jin-Woo and Jin-Ho. Once the spider fell asleep, they intended to haul the mana stones out, avoiding magic to reopen the blocked path, as doing so would wake the spider. The leader had observed a shortcut from the ceiling, which they could use to sneak in, just as Jin-Ho had suspected. If the boss did not fall asleep, they would abandon the mana stones and instead steal Jin-Ho's gear, which was worth hundreds of millions. This would still result in a substantial profit. The leader even researched Jin-Ho's background online, discovering his family connections and preparing to attend his funeral. Jin-Ho believed that Jin-Woo had no chance of defeating a C-rank boss alone. To do so, one would need to be at least a B-rank or a top-tier C-rank hunter. Even though Jin-Woo had reawakened and leveled up, he was still considered weak. The venomous fangs from the system's dungeon and the golem boss from the dungeon outbreak were only D rank, whereas this spider was much stronger. However, Jin-Woo did not feel any pressure. He had grown so powerful that he no longer feared his opponents. Without hesitation, he dashed forward and delivered a powerful slash to the spider, shocking Jin-Ho. The spider retaliated, attacking with its powerful legs. Jin-Woo attempted to slash at its limbs, but its shell was too tough to be damaged. In contrast, the spider's kicks were so strong that they could punch through solid rock, meaning even a single hit could be fatal. Despite this, Jin-Woo continued his relentless assault, displaying agility that seemed beyond an E-rank hunter. Jin-Ho even suspected that Jin-Woo had cheated during his registration. Although rare, some hunters manipulated magic to register at lower ranks, many of whom were psychopaths with a penchant for killing. The mere thought of this possibility filled Jin-Ho with fear. No matter how much Jin-Woo fought, he could not penetrate the boss's defense, and his fatigue was mounting. His speed was beginning to decline. The special abilities of his short sword, paralysis and bleeding, were the key to defeating the spider. Just as he was about to thrust his sword into the spider's eye, it suddenly spat a stream of acid, corroding the ground. Fortunately, Jin-Woo reacted swiftly and dodged the attack. Despite the risk, he decided to use his skill that enhanced his speed. Swiftly maneuvering beneath the spider's belly, he launched himself from behind, gaining momentum from the cave walls to dive down. However, his sword struck the harder part of the spider's face. He quickly leapt away and continued his attack, slashing rapidly while dodging the creature's strikes. He knew he had to finish the fight quickly before he ran out of strength. Just as he was on the brink of exhaustion, his fatigue level spiked to 70, causing him to be thrown off by the spider. The creature raised its leg for a finishing blow, but at that moment, a system notification appeared. His complete recovery had been activated. Instantly, he dodged the fatal attack. With newfound strength, Jin-Woo leapt into the air, putting all his power into a final thrust that pierced the spider's eye. The creature was afflicted with paralysis and bleeding, giving him the perfect opportunity to strike. Delivering dozens of consecutive stabs, he finally defeated the dungeon boss. He realized that if he had not saved his daily mission reward for a complete recovery, he would have been doomed in that last move. Jin-Ho was overwhelmed by the scene, further convinced that Jin-Woo had cheated during registration. However, at that moment, survival was all that mattered. Jin-Ho, now fully acknowledging Jin-Woo's strength, obediently suggested that he keep all the boss's magic stones and even offered to carry his luggage. He also handed Jin-Woo water and mana ores to aid in his recovery. As they prepared to leave, the traitorous group returned, entering through the tunnel above. They had assumed that the spider was merely a large creature that would be easily taken down with Jin-Ho's expensive equipment. Their leader had also discovered that Jin-Ho was the son of a construction company president. Seizing an opportunity, he offered Jin-Ho a deal. If he killed Jin-Woo, he would be spared and allowed to join their group. The traitors believed that Jin-Ho would betray his companion due to their excessive threats. However, instead of yielding, Jin-Ho chose to stand by Jin-Woo and face them. Seeing this, the traitors were filled with murderous intent. Suddenly, an emergency quest notification appeared before Jin-Woo. He was ordered to kill the 6 people in front of him or face obliteration. The mage attacked first, launching a fire spell that slammed Jin-Woo into the wall. Meanwhile, in another part of the world, 3 female hunters were chatting. One belonged to the White Tiger Guild, while the other 2 were from the Hunter Guild. They had recently trained in an A-rank dungeon with hae-in and couldn't. Stop praising her immense strength. noting how she had effortlessly eliminated A-rank monsters. They also considered themselves fortunate to be in reputable guilds, as some guilds had abnormally high death rates, losing members in every raid. Unbeknownst to them, Jin-Woo was currently facing one such notorious guild. Back in the dungeon, Jin-Woo realized that he had neglected the quest's instructions. His body began to shut down, his heart slowing, while the system urged him to complete the task. He struggled with the morality of killing, but he had no choice if he wanted. To survive and grow stronger, he had to obey. A dark aura began to spread around him. One of the traitors casually slung an arm around Jin-Woo's shoulders, taunting him, only to be instantly decapitated. The others panicked. A moment ago, Jin-Woo's hands were empty, but now a sword appeared. His mind raced as he realized that his hands were now stained with human blood. But if he didn't kill, he would die. There was no turning back. Two more traitors lunged at him simultaneously, but he deftly dodged and swiftly stabbed each one. They collapsed, succumbing to paralysis and bleeding. The crossbowman and the ally mage tried to attack, but Jin-Woo easily evaded them and struck them down. The leader, finally understanding that Jin-Woo had defeated the dungeon boss, prepared to fight. He was a seasoned C-rank hunter, enhanced with a body as hard as steel. He believed that Jin-Woo, exhausted from the battle, would be no match for him. However, Jin-Woo had been leveling up continuously. Defeating the leader was now effortless. The traitor begged for mercy, promising to keep the events of the dungeon a secret and offering all his wealth. Jin-Woo remained unmoved. The leader then threatened him, boasting of his powerful younger brother. But before he could finish, Jin-Woo decapitated him, completing the emergency quest. The gruesome sight of human blood made Jin-Ho vomit uncontrollably. Later, the dungeon supervisor found the results suspicious. All the C-rank hunters were dead, while only a D-rank and an E-rank hunter had survived. However, upon noticing Jin-Ho's expensive, newly released equipment, she concluded that he had been the one to defeat the boss. As for Jin-Woo, his reward for the recent kill quest was the killing intent skill, allowing him to emit an aura that could drive enemies into panic. As the raid ended, Jin-Ho bowed in gratitude, thanking Jin-Woo for saving him. But Jin-Woo's thoughts were elsewhere. He was relieved that he had insisted his sister take an umbrella that morning, as it was now raining. And that wraps up episode 6 of Solo Leveling. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to catch the latest content. A&B loves all of you.